Meeting and surpassing all audience expectations every day. This is the Rush Limbaugh program of the EIB network, where every day is America Day. And don't doubt it. Every day is America Day here at the Limbaugh Institute for Advanced Conservative Studies and the Excellence in Broadcasting Network. Gloria Borger next. CNN last night, Situation Room, Wolf Blitzer said to Gloria Borger, Trump's lead in New Hampshire's narrowing out there. Gloria, what do you think of that?
He's still leading, but the air is slowly sort of seeping out of the balloon a bit. I mean, obviously, he is the front runner. But if you look at his polling in New Hampshire, for example, Wolf, he was beating his nearest competitor a month ago by 16 points. That's a huge lead. Now he's just ahead of Fiorina by 5 points. You see the field shifting, not dramatically, but you can see that Trump is not in the stratosphere anymore.
Right, and here's Megyn Kelly on Fox News last night opening the show, reporting on a new poll.
Breaking tonight, 3 new polls showing big moves in the Republican field. And for the first time in 3 months, one national poll showing a new man on top. Welcome to the Kelly File, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly. Brand new polling out tonight from Investors Business Daily has Dr. Ben Carson in first place at 24% in a national survey. Only the second time Carson has ever been on top, and the first time someone has bested Donald Trump since early July.
Well, see, they're all reveling in this. See what they can't wait. Now, Jim Garrity has the National Review campaign spot blog has a post. And I'll tell you who's really got bad poll numbers out there, but you're going to have to dig really deep to find them. You know who I'm talking about? Hillary Clinton's polling, they're horrible. Hillary Clinton's polling numbers are just almost in the dirt. But you're not going to find that. You're going to find, in fact, the exact opposite. You're going to find stories about Hillary is killing it now. Hillary's finally coming back. Hillary's much better as an underdog than as a front runner. Hillary's got her game on. Hillary's back. Oh, they're celebrating out there. Meanwhile, her poll numbers, you need the Hubble telescope to find them. In many places. In Iowa, Jeb Bush, who barely shows up in Republican polls. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, the Daily Beast, not the Daily Caller, the Daily Beast, that left-wing site that was started by Tina Brown, they've got a piece today saying, Jeb, get out. It's time to get out, Jeb. You're wasting your donors' money. You're not going to win. You're embarrassing the Bush family and doing everything else. You just get out now. And you'll be doing so many people so many favors. You'll spare the country of another Bush-Clinton race, perhaps. You'll spare your donors a bunch of money, and they're dead serious about it. Well, of course, they would be dead serious, being a left-wing site. But before in Iowa, what poll is this? This is NBC News. Republican Jeb Bush leads Hillary by 10 points in a hypothetical general election matchup among registered voters. You can't find Jeb on the Republican side, but in a matchup against Hillary, he creams her. It's 50 to 40%. Donald Trump's ahead of her by 7 points, 48 to 41. And that's unchanged from the same poll a month ago. Carly Fiorina leads Hillary in Iowa by 14 points, 52 to 38. She beats Hillary better than Bush or Trump. Yeah, that's a 14-point margin for Carly Fiorina, if we are to believe any of this. Now, when you throw Bernie Sanders in and you match him up against the same Republicans, his numbers are stronger than Hillary's. Sanders beats Trump by 5 points in Iowa, 48 to 43. Remember, Trump beats Hillary by 7. He narrowly trails Bush, 46 to 44. Bush beats Hillary by 10. And he is narrowly behind Carly Fiorina at 45-42. Carly is just killing Hillary by 14 points. The same dynamic plays out in New Hampshire. Clinton leads Trump in New Hampshire 48-45. but she's behind Bush and Fiorina. Yet Sanders has the advantage against both Trump and Fiorina, and he's tied against Bush. So Sanders is doing much better than Hillary. Hillary really in bad shape polling-wise. And the margin of error for this point is 3 points. Now, Garrity says here with numbers that week, it may be time for Republicans to do everything they can to help save her campaign. Just an attempt at a joke. Now, same poll, NBC Wall Street Journal. This is Garrity writing. Garrity's not a fan of Trump. He says you'll see a lot of Trump foes citing the NBC poll and high-fiving, concluding that Trump's moment has passed. But don't overstate this. NBC poll in Iowa has him sliding from 29 to 24%. The NBC poll in New Hampshire has Trump sliding from 28 to 21%. But he's still leading in both states. And then there's this Investors Business Daily poll has Ben Carson at 24%, Trump at 17%. But as Garrity writes here, be very wary or a little wary of the sample size. 377 registered voters who are Republican or registered independents who lean toward the Republican Party with a margin of error plus or minus 5 points. That's a small sample, and it's a big margin of error. And it's the first Investors Business Daily poll of the cycle. So Garrity is trying to warn everybody all excited about this. Hey, it's this bunch's first poll, Investors Business Daily first poll. It's a very small sample, 377 registered Republicans or registered independents who lean Republican and a margin of error plus or minus 5. So, but anyway, doesn't matter. They got the polling data. And that's all they need. Doesn't matter who, doesn't matter where. They've got a poll that shows Trump sliding. And various interested parties, such as the media and the Republican establishment, are going to run with it.